What's going on, good people? How to Find Your Passion Now, episode number 2. So, what will we talk about today? So, I'm in the gym, working out. Today, I worked out for about, 2.5 hours or so. And the reason why I do that is because my body not does my body go through a lot of failure as far as workouts, but my mind is going through these thoughts and growing it's take place, things that I've done in the past, and I have these deep thoughts, and which helped me actually do this podcast. So the thought that came to my mind today, as I was walking, I see this Ben Carson thing up, and the media is like attacking him for his thoughts and his failures and his violent past and all these other things. And then, I would see Donald Trump, get asked these questions about his 4 bankruptcies, and he's trying to, slide to the side of it. And the only reason he's doing that is because he himself probably thinks that failure is somewhat of a bad thing, because any man or woman of knowledge that's been off on their own and tried to start a business and find their own path knows that the quicker you get up after a failure, the better it's going to be. You see, some people, when it comes to failure, they like to find the slow music. They like to sit in a dark room and drink wine and smoke cigarettes and go over and over about the mistake they made, and they put them, the mistake they had, and they put themselves down. They hide from everyone else because everyone that knows that they're doing something is looking for them. And the reason they're looking for them is because, you failed. Now, I know they may sound kid-like what I just said, but really that's what adults are doing. If you make a mistake in corporate America, the boss is going to scream at you in front of the rest of the people you work with, your colleagues. He's going to scream at you. Why did you do this? Why didn't you do this way? You idiot, and so on and so forth. And then the employees are going to giggle behind you. Such and such made a mistake. What are you going to do now? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get back up, learn from the mistake that I made, and come back stronger. Isn't that what life is all about? But we live this life where everybody wants to be perfect. I mean, where did this philosophy come from? What poor man or poor woman, because here's why I say they had to be poor. Every person that has success today, you cannot show me one person that has achieved success today without taking great risk and having failure. You can't show me one. So if this is not the philosophy of the successful, who's going around creating this so-called culture that it's bad to make a mistake? As I was walking around the track also, I saw the Dow Jones is down 200 points, and the media goes crazy over this. But let me just say something real quick. How many of you knew that the most millionaires that were created in this country were created during what time? The Great Depression. When everybody was running from the stock market and scared for their lives and pinching pennies, there were companies that were created out of that storm. Hewlett Packard, Allstate Insurance Company, Colonel Sanders, Kentucky Fried Chicken. People were buying up equipment like nobody's business. You see, it was Black Friday for people who had money. Now, how do you have money? Now, see, some people say, everybody's not that privileged. Everybody doesn't have the ability to have money. Yes, you do. It's called not spending on what you don't need. Don't spend all that you do have, and always save and invest for the long haul. Don't invest for the short time. You see, a lot of you have pulled your money out of the stock markets because you listen to the media. Oh my gosh, North Korea is getting ready to attack South Korea. Pull your money out. The market is up. The market is down. It's almost like the media works for either they work for the stock market or they work for somebody that's going against the stock market. Because the media sells you fear. The media has to be created by normal people. Because normal people have destroyed the world. Normal people are the same people that told Einstein that he was not going to make it. He was not going to be the man he is today. They didn't see the genius inside of him. Normal people have told men and women this for many years, and those men and women who went against the grain of the school system have turned out to be successful today. Because somehow normal people believe that they have the blueprint to success, even though they have no data. I mean, I remember when Floyd Mayweather, 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather were going back and forth with each other. And 50 Cent broke away from Floyd Mayweather and decided to, which says something about that. He broke away from the relationship and then started to put the guy down. And the first thing he brought out was the guy can't read. Everybody laughed at the guy. Put the guy down. How can you not read? Normal people again. Now, I'm not saying that, oh, you should just be this illiterate person. But look in history. Every man and woman that was successful back in the times, a lot of them couldn't read. Muhammad, who is responsible for many followers today, was an illiterate man. So what I'm saying is that you may not have everything, but that doesn't mean that you can't find your lane and be successful in it. Because Floyd Mayweather, minus his cocky attitude, is a wealthy man. Because he found his lane, he stayed in his lane, and he went toward it. That's all you have to do. So I'm not saying don't go to school, don't do these things, whatever. I'm just saying that if a person finds their lane, the rest is history. Sit back and just watch. You know, there is a play that was on 60 Minutes. It's I think it's Hamilton, about the President Hamilton. And I'm watching the guy, his mother and father are there. His dad, I think, is a psychologist, and I forget his mother is something in education. And they're sitting there looking at each other, and the reporter asked the question, so what did you think of your son? Because he created this play that's selling out. I mean, the likes of Barack Obama, vice presidents, all type of people are going in. And if you're lucky enough to get a ticket for the Broadway show Hamilton, you're a lucky person. So they said, what did you think your son was going to be when he grew up? And I looked at the expression on the son's face, and the dad said, well, we always knew he was going to be something great. We just didn't know that was going to involve money or not. And his son just started laughing. Because he said when he was younger, he was in a gifted program. But the thing, when he was in the program, he said that I knew everybody in the room was smarter than me. But I knew I had to find my way and run with it. I couldn't compare myself to Billy, who was, great in science. I couldn't compare myself to Carl, who was great at math. I had to find my thing, which was theater for him, and go in that direction. And he's created multiple Broadway plays, which Hamilton, a book that he read when he was on vacation. Funny how that was. Vacation. And saw that when Hamilton wrote poetry, he was somewhat of a rapper. Him and this is crazy how a rapper in Hamilton, he said the words in the wordplay that this guy had was amazing. And he brought it to light, and he performed Hamilton in front of Obama at some type of dinner, and people were laughing, but at the end they were in amazement. You see, here's the thing, people. You're going to have to fail yourself to success. Your way is not always going to look pretty. If it was a canvas, there will be paint everywhere, lines everywhere. It's not always going to be pretty. But the people who look for the pretty and the straight, who go for that one job, and I have to be at this job for 20 to 30 years, and I have to get my 401k, and I have to stay here, and they are not happy the whole time. They don't take any risks. They don't try to find themselves. When someone else tries to go against the grain, they try to grab them by the shirt tail and bring them back, put them down, call them stupid. That's stupid what they're doing. And then when that person makes it, they say, I always believed in you. We're an interesting society. Very interesting. Very. So what is the takeaway from all of this? The takeaway is this. You got to fail to succeed, people. When you hear somebody come with that rhetoric of, are you qualified to do something? Didn't you fail like 20 times? Yeah. But being that I failed 20 times, maybe I won't fail 21. We get to a point now where if a coach doesn't win a game, win a few games, you got to get out of there. But little do they know, the coach is trying to get the program together. Well, we did this, that didn't work. Well, we tried that, this doesn't work. And then some coaches come back the following year and they're great. And they're amazing because they found out what they were trying to do, but it wasn't working. So they switched in another lane and tried that. So it's like Einstein said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. You got to fail, people. And if somebody is in the rhetoric of, that's a failure over there, the person that says those words would never taste what success tastes like. They would never smell what success smells like. They would never hear what success sounds like. Because success is failure. That's the best way I can say it. Success is failure. It was something that was created, and I don't know why it was created that way. But in the midst of the storm, when things look like they're not going that way, and you start hearing the chatter of everyone saying you're a failure. No, you're a success because you have learned to get up after a mistake and keep going. Keep trying. Keep doing something until you reach the finish line where most people have gave up a long time ago. So with that said, good people, it's all about finding passion in life. It's all about finding happiness. Get the book, How to Find Your Passion Now, which is a guide to help you find your true purpose in life, because that's what it's all about. We should be in constant search of our purpose. So with that said, guys, thank you. And I'll see you at the next episode.